If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
So every year we take the walk across the Fort Pitt Bridge, and Drew has some revelations here after a tough loss tonight against the Pittsburgh. So what are your revelations here, Drew?
My revelations are the Ravens are in trouble.
Tell them what you said to me just a couple minutes ago about placing a bet for what amusement purposes only.
I wouldn't bet them to win any game on the rest of their schedule.
Minnesota
Flat
at
out
home?
win.
Minnesota at home.
Right now, I wouldn't bet them to win any game outright. I just wouldn't.
What don't you like about them right now?
They can't score. And at the end of the game, when they need to make a stop, they can't make a stop.
Other than that, they're fine.
Yeah, neither of those are good elements. They can't score any touchdowns. And at the end of the game, they can't make a stop. Green Bay needed to make a stop, couldn't. Tonight, needed to make a stop, couldn't do it.
Well, that was the whole reason they upgraded the defense this year. Got so many players. Obviously, in the San Francisco game, 49ers kind of stopped themselves at the Super Bowl last year, but the augment of the defense would be, lots of new players, lots of new faces. Jameel McClain back tonight. And when it still mattered, Roethlisberger made one too many plays on a crackback with Corey Graham.
Yeah. Defense has been solid to good, but as you mentioned, haven't been able to get stops. And talking about the offense, they needed their offensive line to play like it did in the postseason last year, and not only have they been unable to do that, it's been woeful. I mean, it's the way it's been, and you're not going to beat many football teams when you consistently cannot play well offensively for the first 40, 45 minutes of the game.
It's not good. I mean, they're going to beat Cleveland. I got my fingers crossed. I hope. That'll make them 4-4. And then they got to have a little bit of a miracle run. But like I said, if you were asking me to make a bet, to place money on them to win outright, I don't know. I probably wouldn't do that.
I want to see how a 3-4 version of a Ravens team bounces back. Harbaugh, Rice, Flacco. I mean, even to some degree, Suggs, who's been around a couple of bad teams. But for the most part, this is a real new thing, I think, for a John Harbaugh coach team.
It's been 6 years. I mean, the Ravens haven't been 3-4. They haven't been below 500 this late in the season in the John Harbaugh era. So, I mean, Ray Rice, you heard him after the game, much more positive, talking about the offense making some progress, which I think...
they got 16 tonight.
Aesthetically, they did move the ball a little bit better. They had 7 drives, but the end result, you had 16 points. It's still not enough to win a game. Then on the opposite end of the spectrum, you had Terrell Suggs talking about this being a state of crisis, the fact that they can't kid themselves anymore. And
he looked morose.
Oh, the sense of urgency was definitely there. I think the reality is this team knows that they have work to do in all 3 phases of the game. 3-4, mathematically, they're still in okay shape. The season isn't over.
10 wins means they need to go 7-2.
Yeah.
7-2 for 10 wins.
All right, well, I got some property to sell you in Manhattan somewhere right down there for $1,000 a square foot if you think they're going to win 10 games.
By the way, before I break this video off, I have one thing I need some explanation for. What the hell is that duck in the middle of the...
People have flocked to that. I took a photo of it earlier.
I don't know, what is it?
Apparently, it's just, they think it's really cool. It's a giant duck. I don't know. They're out of the playoffs. The Steelers started 0-4, and now they're 2-4.
Oh, they put a duck there for, good luck?
No, it's just something that they think
gigantic
is
duck.
neat.
Looks to me like an Old Mill High School cheerleader. They used to be that big.
Oh, goodness.
And with that, we'll sign off from Pittsburgh. The Ravens are 3-4, and hopefully one day you find this video when we're in New York and the Ravens are back in the Super Bowl. Doesn't look real good right now, does it?
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.